Today is the 28th day of June 2020. 28th day. In a few days we'll be on the 10th month since Hurricane Dorian. And I like to come to the waterfront, and I'm here at the waterfront often. I was here September 1st, early morning, before Hurricane Dorian really came ashore. I was here also August 31st, as the chairman of the Understand was there trying to put some straps, so wise they are, trying to put some straps on his what do you call it, stalls there that they collect money from. I laugh. I said, put some straps on the ground, because the ground will be rooted up. A category 5 is coming. We went through category 3 with Hurricane Floyd, and the building moved. So quit wasting time. Hold on. A storm is blowing, and I'm knowing storm. I knew we were in trouble, but where do you go? Just hold on and hope for the best. If it comes again, same thing. If my name is written in the Lamb Book of Life, so long until we meet again. Gordon Solie used to say, so long from the sunshine state of Florida. And when I come on the waterfront, man, you could think so clearly, and there's so much stuff happening and not happening in Abaco. You have to try to focus, and sometimes you go off focus. And I remembered when this announcement was made, and I said, what? Well, what is the government doing? And this announcement came out that the Prime Minister didn't know what to do with his wife when he got elected, so he gave her an office to keep out his business, to keep her busy. And the office is called the Office of the Spouse of the Prime Minister. The Office of the Spouse of the Prime Minister. You know, these people really, in this country, really need to rise up. They ought to rise up then. Who authorized that? And I said, Miss Minutes ain't got nothing to do with me. Why she need office? I can see if she's pretty like Pinland wife, maybe we could go along with it, the man in the country, but she ain't all that fine like wine. Why the hell does she need an office? She can't find nothing to do with me. Why? To date. And I get angry then, but I try to speak in a calm voice, because back then I get so angry that the prime of this country is so lousy and weightless and useless. That was the beginning. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. When he started to do that, I say he lousy. My wife gotta have an office? I have an office. She don't need an office. But everybody, it's been so mightily quiet for 3 years. Okay. She is not elected as a senator. She's not a permanent secretary. She's not a civil servant. She's not elected to local government. So what part of our Constitution gives the Prime Minister the right to pay his wife a salary out of the country's purse? And everybody has been so mightily quiet. The office of the spouse of the Prime Minister. It is wrong, and it's still wrong, for this government, this white, nothing, useless F&M government. The country is broke. and is becoming broker by the foolishness and the mismanagement of the country's pace. That this Prime Minister is paying his wife a salary for what? What rights under the Constitution does he have to waste our money when we need money? What does that office do to improve the quality of life for Bahamian? Under which law, which constitution guarantee her to have a salary and to get a salary from a broke country because she's the Prime Minister? Man, go there on the beach in one of them cabanas and open what office you want to open as the Prime Minister's wife. But don't let the Bahamian people have to pay you. Man, y'all ain't got no shame, no integrity, because you're greedy. Unnecessarily greedy. And nobody, the newspaper, I ain't hear nothing from nobody on the television saying that this is wrong. It's an abuse, a total abuse of privilege and power to waste the country's little money to have an office set up for the Prime Minister's wife and getting a salary illegally. It is wrong. And Kai says wrong and it continue to be wrong. But everybody seeing the country being run into the ground and nobody says nothing. There's no constitutional power, no legislation has been brought forth to make this legal. So that's where corruption starts. If there's nothing in the Constitution, nor no legislation has been drawn up for the office of the spouse of the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister's wife shouldn't be collecting Kai Mills' little money. That is wrong. This is one of these Kai care videos while the Prime Minister's doing all kind of garbage. And this F&M government's dragging us through the road like dogs. And everybody is mightily silent. Kai just reminding you that we went through a hurricane, but the things that this government has done before, during, and after the hurricane, it's not right. And this is one of these things that they have to stop the bleeding. You imagine the Prime Minister just give persons position of power, and in a couple of years they have to retire. You imagine you're a judge for 2 years only to collect a pension. Look at C.A. Smith. I saw C.A. Smith down here when they're trying to get a candidate for the F&M committee. C.A. Smith dribbling like crazy. This guy have already passed his time, but the government of the Bahamas has to pay him pension. And when he's gone, have to pay his family pension. Greed and lack of leadership is killing the country, boys. Half of the country's money is going on pension on top of pension. Could you imagine you just put in a position for 2 years to collect hundreds of thousands of dollars on pension? That can't be right. Where's your heart? Where's your soul? What consideration you have for this country when you know that we can't afford these pensions and you keep giving it to your cronies, your friends, and your colleagues? Ask yourself, what can I do for my country to make this little Bahamas a better place, rather than continue to steal and to put the burden of tax onto the poorest of the country and the wealthiest is taking all the wealth home. That's unacceptable. God is not pleased. I'm talking about the universal God, not no denominational God. The universal God is watching y'all. And still we haven't learned anything after Category 5 hurricane. This government still is robbing Abaco and Abaconians of their birthright. As easy as answering the question that is asked, where and how much money has been collected on behalf of Abaco? How much money were in the kitty when y'all took over from the PLP? How much money have this weightless, absolutely no good FNM government has collected after putting the tax to 12% after they promised God and man that will never increase taxes? How much money has this useless, weightless FNM government has collected in 3 years? And why are you ashamed or afraid to tell the Bahamian people the truth? And you said that this is be the people time. This government will deal above the table. They will not do the country's dealing below the table. Well, put the dealings 3 years later. It is time to put the dealings of this country on the top of the tables so the Bahamian people that elected y'all can see what is available for the country. You're live with Kai, trying to bring the FNM, who is so far is going down in history as the worst government in the history of the Caribbean, and indeed the worst government in the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So far, you guys in first place all by yourself. You're live with Kai on WCAY. Come clean, FNM baby.